Hello, everybody. My name is Ange Rosengreen. Thank you so very much for watching my presentation titled Adapting to Warming Waters, Behavioral Shifts in Endangered Stellar Sea Lions. So let's jump right into it. So for some background, stellar sea lions remain endangered 50 years after their initial decline in the 1970s, and climate-driven marine heat waves may influence prey availability and limit population recovery. And so NOAA has long-term monitoring efforts to gather data to examine maternal care behaviors. However, we still do not fully understand how maternal care behaviors will be influenced by environmental stressors. Therefore, this project seeks to investigate whether the 2018 marine heat waves influenced delayed weaning and nursing juvenile behaviors. So my research question is just that. How did the 2018 marine heat waves influence adult female stellar sea lion maternal care strategies and behaviors? So let's jump into my methods. So I used behavioral data from stellar sea lions captured by cameras and annotated by professionals from 2017 to 2023. I utilized Excel to create descriptive statistics for two sites, Agatu and ULAC. This behavioral data covers unknown behaviors and maternal behaviors such as being with or nursing a dependent offspring, juvenile or pup. And so to assess for shifting maternal care strategies, I looked at the yearly average of nursing juvenile behaviors per site. And then I also conducted literary research on stellar sea lion maternal care strategies and recent marine heat waves to ensure that there was one for the purpose of this study. And indeed, in 2018, the Bering Sea and the North Pacific Ocean both experienced a 2 degrees Celsius increase. This is significant because stellar sea lions are subjected to both bodies of water, being the Aleutian Islands, where the Bering Sea is right above them, and the North Pacific Ocean is right below them. I would like to draw your attention to figure 1. This is my map of the Aleutian Islands with the rookeries, which is the breeding grounds, and haulouts, which are foraging areas highlighted. My study sites are highlighted, Agatu in the west and Ulac towards the center of the distribution. So what do my results say? Unknown behaviors were the most frequent behaviors seen in these data sets, at around 53% in Agatu and around 71% in ULAC, meaning that the majority of this data gives us unknown data points. And then another outlier is that no nursing juvenile behaviors were cited for either sites in 2021. And then let's jump into the biggest result. Were there increases in nursing juveniles? And as our data shows, there were some. So, Agatu already showed behaviors of nursing juveniles prior to 2018. However, in 2019, that percentage increases to about 20%. And then with ULAC, we see that prior to the marine heat wave, did not present behaviors of nursing juveniles. However, in 2018, we get a slight increase to about 0.5%, and then it continues to go up to 1.5 in 2019, and in 2020, it goes up to almost 3%. And so my interpretation of this is that the marine heat waves could have put stress on the adult females to delay the weaning of their pups. So what's the implication of all this? So pups are typically weaned after 1 year. However, research from Hastings et al. 2021 suggests that females may delay the weaning of their pups up to ages 2 to 3 to increase offspring survival. Nursing juveniles is extremely energetically taxing for mothers as the energy needs are highest in late lactation. This could come at the expense of their health. Delayed weaning then could lower female survivorship while increasing juvenile survival. I would like to draw your attention to my figure 3, where we see a female in the back there nursing both a juvenile, the long one up front, and a pup right there on the left. This is extremely rare to see a female nursing both her pup and her juvenile at the same time. And this image really shows how large these juveniles get when they're still dependent on their mother's milk. And so their size are about the same. And so this really exemplifies how energetically taxing this strategy of delaying weaning can be on the mothers. So if you take away anything from this, here are 3 takeaways from you. One, that stellar sea lions in the same population, the Western population, may exhibit divergent behavioral trends. As we saw, Agatu was already presenting nursing juvenile behaviors before ULAC, which is very interesting to see how females in the same population can have different strategies. Two, stellar sea lions demonstrate behavioral flexibility and adaptability in response to environmental stress. Three, marine heat waves may influence maternal care strategies and the population health of stellar sea lions. And so, my greater significance of all of this and our next steps. Um, One is that most research on stellar sea lions has focused primarily on the eastern portion of the Western population. It's a lot easier to access. It's not as costly and timely to go out to these very remote areas, such as the central and the western parts of the Aleutian Islands. Therefore, this builds on research providing preliminary insights into the understudied populations. This study supports NOAA's Western Regional Center Marine Mammal Lab by showcasing general trends to consider in future modeling frameworks. And lastly, all of my work is very, very preliminary. It is not conclusive. There is more research that needs to be done to determine the statistical significance of this work and to draw greater conclusions. And so, with all of that, I would like to say thank you so much for listening. I would love to say thank you to my site supervisor, Molly, my faculty advisor, Olivia, my partner, my family, and my friends for listening to me talk about sea lions for the past few months. And on the right there is a QR code for my references. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ange.